Yo.
Ty's still
typing.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It is Tusk Talk with Ty. We're inside. Don't read the comments podcast studio.
Boom. Yeah, this is the only fan. This is the only Hog studio, bro.
Is that? Oh,
yeah. Still the only Hog studio. Hasn't changed.
No.
All right, check that real quick. Let's get volumes from everybody. Just make sure that it's streaming. The volume is good.
What now? What do you need?
I was just curious. I just wanted to make sure that
make a comment to say that you can hear us.
Yeah. Just want to make sure everybody can hear us good. This is the first time streaming on this program, guys. So we're just making sure it works.
It's a new program, different program. Every time I come over here, it's something different.
I'm innovative.
It's either the table's completely gone and we're using the sofa,
and I break it,
and then you break it, or the table's all over the place, or whatever.
We're back, bro.
This is great. This is the good looking setup. I love this setup.
Yeah,
but you guys do you. I mean, it's
we're trying to get back on track. We've got one recorded. We've got a couple more planned. So we're trying to get back on track and get some stuff out there.
If I can ever stop working, we'll be doing great.
Yeah, well, I push you guys. I'm just saying.
Well, when you're in the garage door business and a tornado hits, you never stop working.
That's a fair point.
I mean,
so we are. Yeah, so speaking of, we are brought to you by, of course, Direct Service Overhead, the garage door company who offer same-day services, quality parts, and affordable outcomes. Travis, you guys are killing it. I know you guys did a lot of work there in the storm and everything.
Yeah, we did a lot of free work during the storm, actually.
Well,
people would be like they were just stuck in their garage because they were halfway blown in, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll get you out, bro."
Yeah,
like,
well, that was cool. Did you? So we did that on air on the live show. We did push that.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even seen those. Any of those episodes where you said that?
Oh, well, okay.
I'm behind, dude.
So it's talking season. Again, free estimates. All you gotta do is give them a call, or you can click the link that's provided for you down below. 501-244-3667. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, and of course, Insurance Max. Business, personal, life and health insurance, retirement. We shop the best rates for you. Give them a call, click the link, whatever. You sign up for a free quote. You get a chance at winning a free copy of EA College Football 2.5. How exciting.
I kind of want to sign up for insurance now, you know?
Yeah.
Corner to corner, baby. They got you in the state of Arkansas.
They do like commercial and auto and all of it? Just curious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm sure Wes is in chat too if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Wes is he's a G now. He's a good dude. I like Wes.
I like it.
He's always around in chat supporting.
I'm trying to figure out how to get this to let me see the chat.
I'm trying to get this wins and
I was just thinking to myself,
losses.
like, this is the most unprepared that I've ever come into a podcast before.
Tim didn't even bring his computer. He's just done with it.
Computer.
Well, I mean, listen, we're going to talk. We are going to predict in this episode or this live show. We're going to predict Arkansas's 2024. We're going to predict wins and losses. I've said over and over, I'm not doing this. I've said forever, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do a too early prediction. And the more I thought about it, it was like, I don't know that fall camp is going to change my mind a whole lot. It can. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some later additions, and there were some people during spring camp that weren't fully available. And there's only so much you can take out of a spring camp, anyways. You just really got to go off your gut instinct, really, especially with the portal and NIL. How much different all that has made the landscape of college athletics. But obviously, college football's affected by it. Why don't you two introduce yourselves really quick? Tell them all about your pod.
You go first.
Well, this is Timmy's idea.
You're going to buy me a little bit of time while I spread the love.
Well, what we do is we do a grown-up podcast, you know what I'm saying? We just drink, super unprofessional. It's awesome. We have guests on from time to time. Always, Tim likes to make me drink liquor I don't want to drink.
That's fair. That's fair. We started out with Malort. There was never a better drink to start a podcast with, and we've only gone up from there. I haven't asked you to drink anything bad.
That's fair. Yeah, except that Whistle Pig was pretty rough.
I mean, okay.
It's just because I'm a baby.
Anybody watching this right now, chat, if you drank Whistle Pig, tell Travis how good it was, because Whistle Pig is good.
Everyone just signed off.
And it's expensive. So, in fact, speaking of Whistle Pig,
yeah,
we
that's
got
the
the
coolest
pigs, right?
aspect of Whistle Pig we got. We got
the pigs.
Go this way.
That is cool.
Oh, this way?
Yeah, well,
We'll just spin it around.
Yeah.
You don't have You have a lazy Susan for me here. But yeah, so we did that and we drank for every Razorback wins. That's why it's still
That's
over
why it's
half
full. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
But yeah. Yeah, I got to say no bad words on it's rough. John Halls is like, you got to say no bad words on this one. I got to not say bad words on this channel.
That's when you know you're watching our podcast instead of Ty's. As Travis drops F-bombs like nobody's business.
Ty talks like he really wants to talk.
Yeah, well, I did, like, I had a reputation on the show for a while that, I said just whatever came to my mind.
Right.
And didn't really censor myself. And the more you look into how YouTube does things, it's like, okay, maybe I ought to watch a little bit of my language. And every once in a while, I'll get a text from Arky56, a.k.a. my dad, about my swear words, and he doesn't really appreciate them.
You know, it's funny that
reasonable.
you say that because the very first episode we ever released, my parents were so proud they watched it. My mom goes, I turned it off in 30 seconds because Travis said the F word. And she goes, and it's not really the F word that's the problem. It's the MF word. Yeah. And he said it like 6 times in the first 30 seconds. I just couldn't watch that anymore. And I was like, yeah.
I think I introduced it with that. Like, what's up, mother? Yeah. Your mom's just sitting there all red. And she's like... What is that?
Okay, I think I got chat up here. All right, what's going on? Megan Trembling. We got another
up.
Megan in chat.
My chat doesn't move. That sucks.
John Haas, what's going on? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, support these guys, watch their pod. It's really good.
Once a year.
The 3 episodes they drop a year, they're worth watching.
We got 10 last year.
Oh, did you get to 10?
We got a 10.
Oh, well,
yeah.
congratulations.
We've got 1 in the can. We're not going to drop any until we have 5 in the can, I think.
Yeah.
We've got 1 done and a couple coming up, so it should be soon.
Well, let's start off first with recruiting. Arkansas up to 10 hard commits now. No unanimous 4 stars yet, but you got a couple of guys that are kind of, they're not bad gets, and they landed a recruit today. And they got Cash Courtney yesterday. Offensive tackle.
Flipped him from Baylor.
6'4", 285.
Kiss my ass, Dave Aranda. I can say ass, right?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
You have listened to me enough. I do.
Yeah.
But he's out of Carthage, Texas. Again, a part of the 2025 class. 85 or top 100 player offensive tackle in the country. He's 84 according to 247 composite. Number 182 Texas rank, and then on the 247 site, he's the number 98 ranked offensive tackle.
Okay.
Oh, so 98 out of all the tackles?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's out of everybody. And that, like I said, puts him at 10. They also, earlier in the month, they got Blake Cherry, who's an offensive tackle as well. The newest commit is probably one of the more intriguing gets. He is a 247 composite 4-star. Connor Howes, Howes. He's out of Kissimmee, Florida, Osceola High School.
Him and all the bill collectors. You know how many scam artists call from Kissimmee, Florida, bro?
Really?
Oh, my God.
I was unaware of that. Random ass facts by Travis Ford.
The more you know.
He had some decent offers, Connor did. And we talked about him. Our Patreon supporters, they knew about this. We'd been talking about this yesterday and maybe the day before. I don't really remember. But, yeah, 6'6", right under 300 pounds. Again, he's a 4-star composite. Now, 247 has him as a 3-star. Offers include, he ended up with 14 total offers. Of them, he did get a Miami offer. Mississippi State, Ole Miss has an offer on the table. UCF and South Florida. No Florida Gators, though, and no Florida State. But Mississippi State, Houston, FAU. I mean, the list kind of goes on from there. Not all big-time schools. Good get, though. Was talking to someone about him a couple days ago, and they were like, the staff is just, they're over the moon about him. They like him a lot. So, offensive line-wise, I think they're doing a pretty good job recruiting.
That's probably the biggest need.
Yeah. It was the biggest need last year, that's for sure.
Oh, Lord.
I think it's so interesting how Pittman is just like all in on the O-line. He's like, hey, y'all good over here? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Even if they get, if the offensive line actually picks up and does really good this year, they're gonna give is it Mateos?
I like to do the Matios. Just to be, I don't know, someone in chat got upset at me with the way I pronounce his last name, so now I make sure to put an emphasis on
I thought it was Mateos.
I think it's Mateos.
Anyway, he's gonna get all the credit. And Pitt's just like over there gonna be like, I don't even care.
Well, again during spring camp, he was there every single day with the offensive line. I mean, I don't think there's a day where Sam wasn't with the offensive line.
Well, I you know how I feel about Bobby Petrino coming back. I've been very clear about it. But I think for this thing to work, that has to be, he needs to leave Bobby Petrino and everybody else in the offense alone. He needs to go to the offensive line. I said it during the season last year when he was interviewed and he said, they asked him, are you going to step on anybody's, or no, they said, are you going to help with the offensive line? And he said, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. It's like, dude, that is your legacy as offensive line, and you don't want to step on anybody's toes. Wrong answer, wrong thought process. So I think the only way this thing does work, if you want my positive opinion, the only way this does work is if he goes and inserts himself in the offensive line and lets Bobby Petrino handle everything else.
I think that's probably what he's doing, to be honest.
I'm just saying, it has to be.
I think I haven't even thought about defense this year. You know what I mean? Everything's been so Bobby Petrino centric, and like, oh, Bobby's back, and then Sam's on the O-line, which is what essentially everybody wanted was Sam to take over the O-line anyway. I haven't really thought much about defense other than Landon Jackson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they lost Christopher Poo-Paul, who
that sucked. Honestly, I'm still mad about it.
I know there are people, and there's some in our Discord who do not think that was a big loss, but I'm just like,
did you see
he was playing hurt last year, and I know there was some stuff. His dad. I don't know. I don't get involved when the family starts talking, but I do think that when you talk about like having quality depth, how much better would your depth be with someone like that, like a guy who's got starts under his belt.
That's fair.
Playing time in the SEC.
Did you see PFF College? They released a tweet today. It was either today or yesterday, but I screenshot it because I had never heard of the guy. The highest graded returning SEC linebacker is Steven Dix Jr. Mm-hmm. Never heard of him. Why have I not heard of this guy?
Well, he's a transfer.
Okay. From where? I'm missing that one, I guess. I don't know.
Let me pull it up here.
It's fine.
So Steven Dix, I don't remember this. Marshall. He was so if I remember right, he was once committed and I think had a year under his belt at a Florida school, if I remember right. I'm probably getting that mixed up, but he ended up at Marshall. And he, again, former 4-star. He's a 3-star in the portal, 6'1", 237 pounds. Yeah, I mean, you're comparing apples and oranges when you're talking about, you're comparing a really nice, voluptuous, I don't know.
So he's got a good rating because he played at Marshall.
He played at like the orange, while the SEC is the big, voluptuous, awesome Fuji apple. Those are my favorite, by the way. I love Fuji apples.
I like it.
So yeah, Steven, that's why you have to take PFF like with a grain of salt. But yet there is, if you actually look at how they if you look at their analytics, if you look at how they break down where they played, what position, how many snaps, and then they kind of adjust their. If you again, the ratings are different than the actual stats that they post. They don't always seem to make sense side by side. Like Landon Jackson last year had a pretty solid overall year, and his PFF grade doesn't really reflect like what you would think. Mm-hmm. But it's really cool. What I like to use PFF for is all the extra information, like total stops. What is that sound?
That sound is when people comment.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
So does chat hear that?
I don't. Well, everyone can hear that, I believe. I can kill the.
Oh, it's not a big deal. It's just I'm sitting here like, is that my microphone doing that?
Yeah, no, we're good. I cleared it. No, people said voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
It's a big word.
I was wondering where you were going with that for a minute.
Big voluptuous Fuji
That's
apple.
That's a $2 word if I ever heard one.
But yeah, I mean, it's Marshall. I mean,
what does it really mean?
Yeah,
Michael, I'm trying, but he won't drink anything but water.
Well, I got to get up, man. I got to go to Silver Dollar City.
I got to get up and go to work in the morning. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, not me.
That was not the word I had anticipated on saying.
I'm 40.
Don't look at me.
I'm 35. I'm getting there.
I get up in the morning and go. I get up in the morning and go to a very special place to me, and drink some coffee. But they don't pay me, so I'm not saying their name.
Well, hold on.
And then I go to a farmer's market.
He's going to Starbucks for sure.
No,
Who you also will not name because
I
don't sponsor.
I don't drink Starbucks. Come on.
All right. Ty using big words.
I know, yeah.
Listen here, John.
Voluptuous.
Oh, dude, I know. Pigpen, for real. He said it's going to suck if we fix the O-line just for the D-line to be trash.
It could be that kind of year.
That's Arkansas as a mother.
I mean, it really could be that kind of year where Arkansas, they greatly improve. And like the biggest issue last year was absolutely the offensive line. I don't think there's any. We could talk about quarterback play and the fact that the running back struggled so much.
Or the fact that
Everything's
the O-line
driven
hated
by
KJ.
the O-line.
Everything's driven by the O-line.
Do you really think the O-line hated KJ? Is there any legs to that at all?
No, I've never heard that.
Hey, John Daly said it.
Well,
John Daly said the right thing. He didn't say that. He didn't say they hated KJ. He said the right thing.
What did he say?
He said, "What do you expect when you got a guy that's making millions and you're supposed to block for him, and what you're getting is some barbecue beef on the side?"
You think he really made millions though?
well, he made. He got.
And he goes,
I'll
the guy,
say that
he goes,
crazy.
if you're not taking care of the guys that are getting the barbecue beef,
Yeah,
He
which is a
goes-
valid point. But my whole argument with that, and I think you and I talked about this before, and maybe even agreed on it.
Or argued about it?
We,
Ty and I never argue.
Y'all's arguments are the best.
but what was I saying? Oh, why would the offensive line sacrifice everyone that plays in the SEC or any Power 5 football for that matter? They're not going to jeopardize their numbers and their tape. If they believe they can go play in the NFL,
That's reasonable, yeah.
They're not going to jeopardize that because the guy behind them is getting paid, who, by the way, the last 2 years is arguably one of the top. I mean, you can argue with it. I know people hate KJ now. It's the trendy thing.
I don't hate him.
But, I mean, up until last year, he was arguably one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the SEC just in total yards. I'm not talking just passing or whatever. Why would they jeopardize that?
I think he got exposed, first of all.
Well, the
I think
change
he
in
got
offensive philosophy.
I think the change in offensive philosophy exposed him. I don't know that they would jeopardize themselves, but if it came down to a I might get hurt kind of play, or I might save my quarterback, I might not get hurt for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say also, I've played football and just losing, getting the crap kicked out of you is not a good time. So losing intentionally would suck.
I don't think anybody was like, let's just lose this game because we don't like KJ. But I do think that it's possible. It's within the realm of possibility that I'm not going to sacrifice myself for you
Or go the extra mile.
for you.
Yeah, I can see that.
But they turned it on in the Bama and LSU games, boy.
Well, but Florida, I mean, they went on the road to Florida, and I know Florida wasn't good. I get that, but like we've never had success there. We've never won there, and they looked pretty good on offense. So there's too many inconsistencies with that for that to be true.
Yeah.
If they were that way from start to finish, where I mean, I know KJ was pressured a lot, but if it was that obvious from start to finish, then maybe there'd be something to it. I mean, I didn't see anything at practice. I didn't hear anything at practice where people are like, man, the hell with that guy.
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
That shit doesn't happen. They do it behind closed doors.
It's always in the locker room. That's true. But you can see.
Doors.
You'd be surprised at what you can see in practice.
But I would say this, and you guys can tell me you're totally off your rocker here. I think the emphasis on a quarterback as your top NIL guy is the wrong emphasis. I think the emphasis should be on the offensive line because a great offensive line can make an average quarterback look good.
Look how much the O-line gets paid in the NFL.
A great offensive line will make your running back look like Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the new running back from Utah also. I hate that I don't know his name off the top of my head. I know.
Jackson.
We just were talking about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks exciting.
That
He
kid,
does look good.
He got some wheels, dude.
So, and Haas says, and I hear this all the time, and I have to disagree with this to an extent. He says KJ couldn't make reads. First off, you can't read KJ's mind. Nobody knows what he's doing on the field. You have no idea what he's doing.
Included?
But again,
He couldn't read his own mind.
I'm gonna get your credentials taken out. Shut up.
I've talked with QB Spotlight about this, and QB Spotlight does not agree that he can't make reads. The veer and shoot absolutely requires you to make some reads. Now, Dan Enos' offense is way more. It is more read focused. Now, if you want to argue he can't, if he can't get past his second read, well, that's like 60%, 75% of college football quarterbacks.
Well, he didn't have much time to make reads
our
either.
75% of college quarterbacks running the veer and shoot.
Everybody's running RPO.
Yeah.
And so, like, you now, and I've heard NFL coaches talk about this, because you're not walking into the NFL where every single team's running RPO. It's a little bit more cerebral.
It's a pro style.
It's more pre-focused, understanding the defense. You can argue KJ didn't understand the defense post-snap, and maybe he made some bad reads. And again, Stephen Hamner and I have talked about this, QB Spotlight, and I've talked about this with another media member. The only evidence you need that tells, and I've said this multiple times on my show, that this wasn't all on KJ and the whole read thing might be a little out of focus. What happened when Jacoby Criswell touched the field against Missouri? He was destroyed. He didn't have time.
I was at that game. I was pissed.
He didn't have time to make reads. He didn't have time to make plays. And there's a reason why no running back flourished in this offense.
And it's fair to say that there was no trust for KJ.
Yeah.
So he didn't allow himself maybe to make reads. Like,
There's a fantastic
I
meme
know
of-
I'm going to be running for my life. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I know I'm going to be running for my life, so I'm going to try to make this one read, maybe a second, and then I don't have time to go any farther than that. It may have been something like that, or I
think
don't
that's
trust
probably
the line.
what it is. I wouldn't take KJ and Bobby Petrino's offense. I wouldn't do it. I would not take KJ and Bobby Petrino's offense. I just would not. He's probably going to fit Gus Malzahn on what Gus does at UCF, I think. I don't know.
I think he will.
Stand on the field as a distraction while the halfback takes all the snaps.
KJ was great with his legs, though, and he was better, I feel, with the deep passes than he was with the short yardage.
His numbers are actually his deep ball throws are actually really good.
Yeah, I think he's going to do great
because that's all broken
UCF.
down on PFF. You can pull up PFF numbers, and I hate to say it, but his numbers blow Taylon Green's out of the water. Like if you do the entire breakdown. So I've never bought into he can't make reads. I've never really fully bought into that. And maybe he didn't have time to get past the second read. He was pressured a ton. So it's hard to really analyze like how did he have all the success that he did in one offense, and then the next offense he just was that bad. He regressed that much. And I think it's a combination of lack of communication between the offensive line and the quarterback, between the offensive line and the coordinator, between KJ and Dan Enos and everybody. I think the center issue was Dan Enos. I think the center issue was Dan Enos. Again, I don't know how KJ is going to do. He may get exposed down there too. I don't know.
I think he's going to be a lot better out in UCF.
He should be. You would think
for
he would be.
In a Malzahn offense with lesser competition. Sorry, guys. Just saying.
What are you apologizing for? They're Big 12, right?
What year were they the national champions?
Oh, my God.
They're Big 12, right?
Yeah.
The Big 12 that lost their two best teams. So, yes, lesser competition.
Yeah, I think he's going to do a lot better. He's going to look like a freaking stud over there. They're going to be like, KJ for Heisman. Like, watch.
You got one game all
think
year.
So? You think he's going to do that well?
Dude, it could be possible in that league.
You got one game all year. You play Oklahoma State.
I was going to say, there's no Texas over there. There's no OU there anymore to just mop them. You know?
Yeah.
You got BYU and K-State.
Yeah.
BYU and Cincinnati.
Hey, BYU is a pretty good team, guys. I'm just
watch out now. They added it was Cincinnati who had like 2 really good years. So no Texas, no OU from now on in the Big 12.
I really wanted to play OU this year.
Oklahoma State's celebrating. I don't care what anybody says. Like they're mad that OU left them. No, they're not.
No.
They're perennial Big 12 winners now.
They're not. I don't think there is no more P5. I think it's really, if you want my opinion, it's the P2. It's the Big 10 in the SEC.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Nobody else can hold the no. Sorry, and especially after OU and Texas left.
Yeah.
Let's see. Top receiver will be You could be onto something with that, Megan.
You know, if he stays healthy, I think he's going to be a really, really big threat.
He graded out really high with PFF too, but he only played.
Yeah, he had limited games.
Yeah, he got banged up. Yeah, it looked really good. He looked really good in camp. I mean,
it's like Biggie only had 2 really good albums, right? Just saying.
There might be some Biggie.
What I'm saying is there wasn't a long enough chance for anything else to happen. So very similar situation.
There's only a handful of techniques for the O-line. Ain't GD rocket science. Okay.
That was actually one of my questions is how do you become a Division I football player and then just shit the bed?
Well, it's a structural issue, right? Like, I mean, it's not like all 5 of those guys were absolute garbage individually.
Just together.
I think together and with Danny Enos and
like last year's basketball team.
Maybe with the offensive line coach.
Yeah, maybe a little meshing.
Well, I mean, basketball. Yeah, exactly. Look what happened with that. And all this, how great those guys were individually coming out of the portal.
But think about it for a second. Because my brother-in-law, he's a coach now, but he played college football. So I talked to him about this at one point, and he's like, you have to think about it for a second. In junior high, you got hundreds upon hundreds of kids. So if you're a standout on a team and you look super good, then that's not amazing. Like that's going to happen. And then they narrow it down to the high schools. There's less high schools, so you cut off some of the kids that are not good. And then he goes, you get to college, everybody on a college team was a star on a high school team somewhere.
Yeah.
How y'all think that
you might have looked really good in high school, but now all of the stars from all of the high schools are lining up against you.
Yeah.
So you may not shit the bed. You just may not have been as big a star as you made yourself look.
Yep.
That's fair.
How y'all think that old man wide receiver is going to do?
Oh,
what's his name? He's like,
the baseball.
He's like 20 something.
Yeah, I don't
24?
know. I don't know.
Monty something. I don't know. It's Henderson, right? Henderson.
Kind of feel like he's going to end up holding a clipboard or something.
Yeah. They're like, you know what they were thinking? They were like, we need a big-bodied wide receiver.
I don't know.
Maybe he's just to get the defense. Like, here's a fully developed man. Maybe you can stop him. And his grandkids.
Senior leadership in the film room.
Literally. Like, y'all calm down over there. Quit yelling. Turn that rap music down. Like,
they added some interesting pieces.
A ton of wide receivers.
22 total transfers.
Wow.
And that's not including.
Where'd we end up rating wise?
What?
Did we do anything like decent rating wise in our class?
No.
How many people transferred out?
Top 600.
It was a lot.
A ton.
It was like.
I mean, did we replaced what we lost? Maybe not from a talent perspective.
I still think we need more linebackers, dude.
Defensive line.
Yeah, D-line. Yeah.
Like if you're starting to interior guys get a little banged up this year, or if they get a little fatigue as the year goes on, which is natural, everyone does. I think they might be in some trouble. I don't know. I could be wrong. Ian Jaffard could be better than I think. But and you never know too with the defensive line. There might be somebody that just kind of pops off and like, oh wow. Like we've been waiting on Landon Jackson to have that kind of year, and he did last year. He had a pretty strong year. At one point, he was the number 1 defensive end on Mel Kiper's draft list on his mock draft. And then he realized, oh wait, that left tackle at Alabama was a true freshman, and Jackson went the hell off. But other than that, he was kind of vanilla. But by the way, will probably be the highest rated Razorback on EA College Football 2.5.
Landon
Jackson, defensive end. Yeah, he'll probably be low 90s, high 80s, but. If they don't have Braxton in the top 3, they need to fire their ratings guy. But
Jalen Braxton, that guy's the best, bro.
He was good, man.
I like that guy.
Braxton was.
I was really hoping we wouldn't lose him to the portal. I was worried about it.
I was too. I was worried about him. I was worried about a lot of players actually, especially after the kind of year.
Yeah.
And Pittman's seat is so on fire. I think it was Lindy's magazine that has him as the number 1.
This is it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and again, we're about to talk about that. We're about to predict this schedule. And we're going to go.
Before we do that.
Before
we do that, his seat's so on fire. What's the temperature on Bobby Petrino's seat?
What do you mean?
Your take. It's divided in Discord and in the chat usually when I'm listening anyway on whether they would elevate Petrino again or whether they would say bye to the whole show.
Well,
what's your opinion?
If Petrino's out, then obviously Pittman's out.
No, I'm saying
I know what
if
you're
Pittman's
saying.
out, is Petrino out or is he elevatable?
Okay, so here's my thing.
I don't think he's elevatable. I think if Pittman's gone, Petrino's gone.
If they fire Pittman, what I think they're going to do is he's going to shoot for the moon and try to get another Calipari level guy and just throw the bank at him. And if he misses on a few, then I think Petrino would be like, okay. Like, you know what I mean?
You think so?
Yeah. Because he would maintain the fan base, or he would retain the fan base at that point, because everybody's still like, Petrino. And even to like your argument, like it's going to take a couple years to get a Petrino system operating in this. So there's legs to it, I think. And if he shoots for the moon and misses a few times, gets some no's, you know the old saying, Arkansas is where coaches come to have their career die. You know what I mean? So I think it's some anonymous coach said that some years back or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I think if he takes some shots and doesn't get what he wants, I think he'll just go Petrino.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't think so. I think Pittman and Petrino are tied at the hip.
Tied at the hip. That's what I think too.
Because the Calipari thing elevated Hunter. Even though whatever you want to say about how much credit Hunter deserves for all that.
Chicken Man.
Yeah, we know John Tyson. We know what really
I
went
should have
down.
got a button. I didn't even make that sound effect.
I'm
Chicken
kind of
Man.
surprised you don't have like a
The
chicken.
question is, why didn't that happen for football sooner?
What do you mean? Just like what happened with
Just like
basketball?
what happened with Calipari.
Yeah,
like
that's-
why have we let football wallow the way that we've let football wallow?
That's a good point.
Rather
I think
than just
somebody
going bring somebody
finally
in
gave
now.
That's a legit question. I mean, that's a legit question. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
It's because the only person the big money in Arkansas wants is Gus Malzahn.
Gross. Come on.
It could be that. It could be a
Houston Nut, bring him back. Like
It could be a board of trustee.
That's what you should do right there. Houston Nutt for head coach and Gus Malzahn for offensive. Wait.
Worked out so well last time.
Yeah. Well,
Retreads. Hey, we brought Bobby Petrino back.
yeah. I don't know. I just think they're tied at the hip.
I agree.
If Hunter's seat was even warmer, maybe just because you know that some fans. But again, it would also depend on what kind of year, what happens as the season unfolds. You know,
Man, when they
I'm just
released that
asking from a
information,
Heat perspective. If you said Sam's is like on fire, he's number one to be.
Yeah, no, it's not
then
happening.
where do you see Bobby Petrino? Because like I said, in the episodes that I've watched and in the Discord, it's kind of divided. Like some people are like Petrino's gone if Pittman's gone, and some people are like no, they're gonna elevate him.
Nah. I'd be shocked at that. But I don't know. I've also said no way Muss is leaving. No way.
I remember texting you, and we were talking about USC, and I was like, "We might be in trouble, dude."
Yeah.
And then the next day,
you saw him evaluate his position right now the other day, right?
Who?
Muss. He was like, it was really hard to leave Arkansas.
I bet it was.
Like he's regretting that
I
shit
hope they
so
get
bad
their
right
asses beat, dude.
He's gonna like that travel time. I'll tell you that
Man.
much. USC and
Yeah, that was
in the Big Ten.
Ugh, good luck with that.
Name of the next podcast, right?
Good
luck
That's
with
a
that.
great podcast name, dude.
Hey, I'm just saying. Boil Your Dishes podcast is a fantastic name. Well, have you seen? I made an AI logo for it, and it looks dope as hell. I'll have to show it to you.
All right, we got to do it. Nah.
Good luck with that. It's going to be our gaming podcast.
Oh, that's good, dude. Yeah.
There we go.
I'll get on there. I got the stuff to do. We can make this happen. All right, boys. You wanna get into this?
Let's do first off, chat. You've heard us kind of
Michael Kopesky thinks Bobby is safe. I like it.
no
Safe.
Jeremy Gray says, Ty, if we have a good season and Petrino signals that he is leaving, he will be the head coach. Wait.
You think they'll fire? We have a good season. You think they'll fire Pitt and elevate Petrino to keep him from leaving?
Oh yeah, Petrino time,
Yeah,
baby.
nah, that's exactly it. The motorcycle will come out, and that'll be the end of it all.
They will give Sam a couple extra million to retire on his own. Everyone knows why. I just disagree with that.
I don't think
Jeremy.
they would give him extra million, but I think they would let him.
If he wanted to retire, but the thing is he does not want to retire. I mean, we saw the interview that he gave.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the year, where he was.
We
like,
all thought he was fired too.
we thought he was fired, but then I don't know if a member of the media asked him about retiring or what, but he said we have no plans of retiring.
Dude, it was everywhere. Well, we all thought he was going to get fired that day.
Yeah.
And then he came out. He's like, I don't plan on retiring anytime soon. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's not retired.
I didn't know what to do.
I don't even know that you could offer him. I mean, I don't know that you could offer him $1 or $2 million to retire and him take it. I don't think so. I just don't think he would. Yeah, I disagree. I think they're tied at the hip, and as we've kind of already stated, why would Bobby not be safe? Hog Wild Niner. First off, your name's already messed up. You got 49er in your name. Why would Bobby not be safe? All the attention we just got to let him walk in.
Because he was a long shot to begin with.
I can't read the rest because that stupid ass emoji. There it is.
See, I don't have that problem on mine.
All the attention we got just to let him go walk in a season makes no sense.
I'm with you, Oz.
Because he was a long shot. There was nobody else.
It was already a desperate hire to make him the OC.
Yeah.
Dude, Bobby Petrino's the only thing that even could have brought some of the fan base back.
Yeah.
Dude, if they would have got anyone else, nobody would care at all.
Yeah. Yeah, he's his again, Hog Wild Niner guy. His fate is sealed with Pittman's. Just period.
I mean, it does give him incentive to coach his ass off.
I did get an interesting text from my buddy Ed saying, wasn't it said at one point that they brought Bobby in to get the program in good shape for the next staff?
I have not heard that.
That would be not a bad move.
You own the Rams. Hey, who got the last piece of hardware, huh? Who got the ring, buddy? Yeah, that's right. The Niners or
Your
the
mom,
Rams.
that's
The
who got
Niners.
the ring.
The Rams. The Niners. We beat you in the last week of the season. I know it was pointless, but we got the dub, baby. You don't own nothing. No Ryan Day. Where's this Ryan Day?
I don't know, but
Too much asking price.
see, I think Haas is right on this Herman thing. I would take Tom Herman. I don't care. He's kind of a D bag. I like that.
All right, well, let's get into it. You want to pull up the wins and losses?
Right,
let's go. Arkansas.
You just said,
All that I just said was muted.
okay, cool.
Well, obviously people have heard us.
Sorry, guys. Well, it's as soon as I switched to this screen, it's a video. So it switched. Thank you guys for hitting me up, man. Multiple people. Haas was like, yo, no audio. Ty, say all that cool stuff you just said. Just say it again, man.
You got to be
He
kidding me.
basically just read off the games.
Sorry,
and
guys.
the
Sorry.
Games and the times.
Yeah, so UAPB at Oklahoma State, UAB at Auburn, Texas A&M, Tennessee, LSU,
Flex games, yada, yada.
Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Texas, 11 a.m. Pointing that out
sucks.
because that's a big one. Louisiana Tech, TBA, and then at Missouri. Okay. Do we want to just like go around the table for each
Yes.
one? I think so.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that was my bad. Whenever we upload a video in here, it automatically mutes the audio. So I didn't see that guy.
It's new. It's
new tech, bro.
New software.
I'm trying to be cutting edge over here.
Yeah.
I had to get a drink anyway. It's perfect.
All right. UAPB, August 29th. Travis.
Dub.
Okay. W.
Oh, we're going to win.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the question though about that game.
Okay.
At halftime, do they play backups or are we still rolling the guy, the main guys?
You want the truth?
Yeah. Remember last year?
We're running main guys at least midway through the third quarter.
That's what happened last year.
You got a group of guys that even if we're winning at this point, even if we're blowing them out at this point, you've got a group of guys who need the time. It's new system.
That's a fair point.
It's new system. It's new guys. They need the time. Normally, I would say if they were blowing them out, then we would sub them out at halftime, but not this year. Halfway through the third quarter, regardless what happens.
I guess it just kind of depends. They know they're thin at certain spots. I don't know, the quarterback room. There are big question marks behind Taylor Green. I don't know if they want to risk him.
But he was the Mountain West Player of the Year.
He was MVP of their
Was he?
bowl.
Oh, okay.
Just watching the spring game, he was kind of inconsistent. Like, he dropped some beautiful passes in, but then he threw some that should have been touch passes that he burned guys' hands with. So he definitely needs some. I think he definitely needs some reps. I understand what you're saying about thin in some spots and questions at quarterback, but I mean, if he's the NIL guy, I think you give him the reps.
Is he getting paid a lot? Do you know? Have you heard rumors?
I
heard.
Is he going to get a Corvette too?
There's an amount that's out there. And you guys are talking about people being jealous of KJ. I don't know the comparison between the two, what KJ actually made, but
maybe
I think he
enough to wear some ridiculous ass crap to the game.
Yes, I was gonna say maybe he won't get stupid suits and just be like.
But see, the thing with that, KJ was doing that the year before.
That's fair. It's easy to hate him when he sucks.
I can remember you and I talking about that. Yeah, it's easy to hate him when
I feel like his
I make fun
definitely.
of that stuff even when they're good. I don't care.
I feel like they definitely.
If you
leveled
look
up.
ridiculous, like you belong in a Hollywood red carpet, then
You know what though?
you get it.
If that were me,
Oh yeah,
I'm coming out with the jacket.
21.
You're coming out Dumb and Dumber, right? Top hat and all that.
Dumb and
I'm gonna
Dumber,
cover the
top
whole
hat
outside of my house.
with the cane. I'm
Yes,
sorry,
you are.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
you are.
I'm gloating. I don't care.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not. I'm coming out in a hoodie and some. I might switch from the Walmart sweatpants to the Under Armour sweatpants.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
We're going champion nowadays.
So we all
We all go to Target.
Yeah.
We all three agree. Oh, and by the way, UAPB is going to be on ESPNU. So we all three have Arkansas starting off 1-0.
Yes.
Here's where it gets interesting.
I'm keeping track. Of
Oklahoma State,
Oklahoma State,
the best in a bad conference.
the Molehill Conference. We know Mike Gundy. I don't know how long that guy's been there. I swear to God, he's been there.
I'm a man.
27 years. I'm 40.
I think he was 40 years ago.
Some
It's not
years.
20 years.
No. How long has he been? Do Google it.
It's not 20 years, is it?
Mike Gundy.
No. Because
I think I was in college when he said, "I'm a man. I'm 40."
I don't know.
That'd have been 30 years ago.
It's been a while.
He
I
made
know
himself
that.
famous.
It might be 20 years. Hell, I don't know. 2004?
Why don't you just ask Siri?
I'm looking right now.
Should just ask Siri.
He's 166 and 79.
Oh, his record's great, dude. Even
Hey,
with
no, he just can't win the big game.
yeah.
He has been at
He's the
Oklahoma.
Dallas Cowboys too.
Okay, since 2001, he's been at Oklahoma State. He was an
OC.
offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he was the OC.
23
there.
years.
He's been the coach for 21 years.
Oh my
Or
God.
19 years. I'm sorry, my math sucks.
Okay, 19 years. So I was right. Ish. I
Yeah.
said not 20,
2005.
but 19 years.
Dude's pushing 20.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So Oklahoma State,
Gundy's 56 now, Michael said. I'm a man. I'm 56 and I'm tired.
so they have
Take it out on me.
They have arguably probably one of the best running backs we're going to face this year. By the way, AJ Green is the backup, or was, and then he got injured. Looks like
Oh, what?
he's going to
Really?
miss. Yeah, he's going to miss most of the season.
That sucks.
Ollie Gordon is the star running back. This dude ran for it was like 1,700 yards or something. He's the real deal. Quarterback, it looks like it's going to be Alan Bowman, if I'm looking at this depth chart right. Yeah, they're feeling pretty good about what they've got going on over there. They are expected. I mean, they're going to be ranked. Last year, they went.
Who did they lose to last year? It was terrible. It was a
They did. They
terrible
lost to
loss.
South Alabama.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, South Alabama. They didn't just lose. They lost 33-7. And then they turned around and went on the road and lost to Iowa State, who was not great last year.
He was never great.
Isn't their running back like a
had a
7th-year player or
decent couple
something?
years.
Their running back's been there forever, right?
They lost that one close. I'm not sure. 34-27 to Iowa State. Then they went on a winning streak where they beat Kansas State, KU.
In Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, they beat Oklahoma, Cincinnati, the mighty Cincinnati.
For 2 years.
God,
They missed Luke Fickell so much.
They overblew that. I knew as soon as, that's not. And then they lost to UCF. You want to guess the score? Without looking at chat, because someone's going to spoil it. Chat.
42 to 38.
10-7.
45-3
Whoa!
at UCF.
They lost to UCF. Oh my God.
They're weird. They're the whole year.
I like this. I need them to start like this.
And then it took 2 overtimes to beat a BYU team at home.
All right, so I need to see their defensive lines.
A what
weight.
BYU team?
And then they lost to Texas 49-21.
Ew.
The thing is,
Merc by Texas.
even when they're good, even when they're winning,
They're inconsistent.
9 games, they don't win the games that matter.
Yeah, they're
So
Gundy is. It's just a weird.
he's never really been able to crest the hill.
Hey, who's their first game against next year? Do you know?
I don't know. Oklahoma State. I don't have.
I'm
the
scared to
schedule
pull
in front
anything up because I don't want to freeze the computer.
Last year they opened up.
If my son is on, he'd be texting me right. Oh, is he texting me right now?
Central Arkansas was their first game last year.
Okay,
They
well,
won
they
that-
played the big teams.
They played Arizona State last year and beat them 27-15 on the road. So Oklahoma State. Okay.
Football schedule. Here we go. I'll tell you what their schedule is.
Yeah, Michael, I'm with you. I've heard that they have a lot of early season woes, I guess you could say.
They get off to a slow start.
Yeah, they start off pretty slow.
But
And I'm gonna tell you what.
They still lost to UCF later on in the year, 45-3.
All right.
Man.
2024 football schedule. South Dakota State right off.
I said they play first.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Arkansas.
God, I wish we played them at our house.
And then
instead of
Tulsa, and then
theirs.
Utah, and then K-State.
Trying
West
to be
Virginia,
realistic.
BYU, Baylor, Arizona State, TCU, Texas Tech, Colorado. So, I mean, they get a warm-up game.
Well, so does Arkansas, to be fair.
Yeah.
Please
Unless
don't
we
tell
get-
me that you're equating the two teams.
Unless we get whooped. What? UAPB and
No, Arkansas and Oklahoma State.
No, I'm just saying.
Come on, they're playing.
Yeah, we both get a warm-up game, but one of us will probably be ranked after our warm-up game.
Well, they're already ranked.
So there you go.
If we lose, do they
I mean, if
fire
they-
Pittman right then?
If they lost, they wouldn't be ranked when we played them.
Oh, yeah. If Mizzou lost to Arkansas, or Oklahoma State lost to Arkansas.
No. I mean, if Oklahoma State lost their first game, San Diego or whatever, South Dakota State, they wouldn't be ranked. But one of us is going to be ranked. It'll be them, obviously. So the warm-up game means something different.
I'm writing my list right now.
Okay.
So,
Travis, call it.
I'm going.
Come on. You know you want to.
I do.
You do.
because you have this big surprise for everybody. And
No, I just had not a big surprise, but I just had a
You do.
modified perspective on how this season could be good versus bad.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm going W. In Oklahoma State,
Our Arkansas wins at Oklahoma State.
they win at Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Not only are we not going to win, we're getting blown the heck out.
Come on, Timmy.
We're getting blown out.
What?
49-3.
49-3.
49-3.
Yep.
That's a lot, bro.
We're getting blown out.
Pittman's got too much on the line. Petrino's going to be
This
fired
game
up
is-
to show off what he can do.
This game isn't the game that'll cost Pittman his job.
No, we're going to win this one, in my opinion. What do you think, Ty?
Oh, no. I'm taking Oklahoma State.
What?
I don't. I
You guys
mean,
are traitors.
He may not think they're going to get blown out, but he's right.
I think we're barely going to win it. I think we'll win it by like a field goal.
anything can happen. But it goes back to what I like to talk about, X factors, right? Mm-hmm. Goes back to Taylon Green, goes to the offensive line, the whole what they've done up front. Bobby Petrino, how I think Pittman. I mean, I hope he's motivated. If not, his ass gonna be looking for a new job sooner than later. If everything,
You'll be looking for a new boat.
I think even if everything clicks, it's still an uphill battle to win.
At Oklahoma State.
Yeah, and that's listen, I know a friend of mine married into an Oklahoma State family, and they may not be a big fan base. Okay,
They're passionate.
They're very passionate, and their fans will show up.
Oh, they're nuts, dude.
Yeah.
My the quarterback from my little league team, his little brother played for OSU. There's Clint Shelf. Anyway, yeah, he was there for a minute, but yeah, their fan base is nuts, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty diehard. It's such an uphill battle to win with this team as it is.
And they're butthurt about not getting invited to the SEC. And they want to prove
they
want to prove against any SEC team they play that they belong. They're going to make us hurt.
Pigpen says,
yeah, I've seen that.
Nah.
I think he said nah.
No.
It is way different.
I say like nah.
Nah. Hear me, nah. Nah, bro.
We don't take our first L till week 6 is Pigpen.
Okay.
That's not what I have written down.
John Hall says there's not a snowball's chance in hell. We only score 3 points.
I know. I love it. I love it,
man.
I love it.
Why? What do you
because
mean?
it's Bobby Petrino. Jesus is here. Arkansas Jesus is gonna make. We may lose, but Arkansas Jesus is gonna put up the points. Arkansas Jesus is gonna have us 52 points out there. We may lose 53-52, but Jesus is here.
I think they'll score more than 3. I don't know how many, but I think they'll score more than 3 points.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you all what I was gonna tell you.
No, go ahead.
Well, are you going to give away the rest of your?
No. It's again, it's just a theory on what I think this year versus last year.
Okay.
I think honestly, and this is honestly like not a super hot take or anything like that, but damn, what was I going to say?
He's rethinking it, right? He's
No,
like, maybe
I'm not
I don't want to share this take.
No, I've been drinking a little bit, but really fast, so I'm trying to gather my thoughts.
You're going to be drunk before we get to Tennessee.
Yeah, I got 2 right here. We're fine. You know what? Let's just keep moving.
Exactly.
Okay.
I might rethink this.
So, again, if for anyone who's trying to keep up, UAPB, we all think Arkansas starts off 1-0. Oklahoma State, Tim and I have it as a loss. Travis says it's going to be a W.
Yeah.
W. You guys are idiots.
Okay.
UAB. Now, just to give you a little backstory about UAB, they are coached by none other. Wait, do you know who coaches them?
I don't remember, but I do know. Like I knew this.
Trent Dilfer.
Really?
The quarterback from the Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Wow.
Ravens.
I thought he was an announcer or something.
I think he did do announcing for a short while.
Yeah. We're still gonna.
He might have been an analyst for ESPN or something. But
knocking D's in the dirt.
He did not get off to a great start last year. But he coached Lipscomb Academy back in the 2019.
No!
All the way up till 2022, where he averaged like 12 wins a game or 12 wins a year, with a 44-10 overall record.
Playing ITT Tech
at Lipscomb Academy. That's high school. Lipscomb.
Oh, okay.
UAB in college last year, they went 4-8, 3-5 in conference.
Didn't they get the death penalty or something, or they just like canceled their football program for a while?
For a little while, yeah. Because
last time we played them, I was at the game and we kicked the crap out of them.
That was Petrino era, wasn't it?
No, it was Bielema.
Was it Bielema?
It was like 62-7 or something, or 14. It was real bad.
So yeah, Garrick McGee, former Arkansas offense coordinator, was a head coach there for a little while. So they went 4-8, 3-5. Travis, what do you think?
I was dubbed.
Travis. Tim.
Yeah, it's a win.
Okay.
And probably
They have a weird ticking.
probably even more respectable than the UAPB win because now we got some games under our belt. I mean, I think they won't struggle.
Starting
at
out
all.
3-0.
I don't think they'll struggle at all.
3-0.
Okay.
What is that noise?
That was weird.
You keep messing with stuff over there.
Stop touching things.
No, the cords are when a mic cord or an XLR cable sits on top of a cord giving out power, it creates this very weird noise.
I heard it,
And I got a lot of weird.
it wasn't there at first.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, moving on to Auburn.
Here we go.
Opening up SEC play September 21st in Auburn, Alabama.
Travis feeling really good about this one.
2:30 to 7 p.m. We don't actually know the kickoff time for sure, but that's the time slots there.
I see it on Travis's face over there. He's got some excitement. He wants to say win.
No, we ain't winning that one.
Okay. So you don't have Arkansas winning that one. Okay.
They don't have a quarterback per se, but I think they got better wide receivers than we got, and they brought in quite a bit of heat. I think it's 3-1 right now. I think you know what I mean. I think we'll lose that game, and we're at Auburn. We're in Jordan Hare. Come on, man.
At Auburn does make a difference.
Yeah.
But I'd have us losing even if it was in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Last time we played them, they just murdered us. But that was kind of a checked out team, but still, it was really bad.
They finished with a top 10 recruiting class. There's some of their standouts. They picked up Cam Coleman, a wide receiver who's a 5-star, number 1 player in his state out of Alabama. Number 2 position player, top 5 player in the country overall. Amarius Williams is the other 5-star they picked up, 6'3", 260-pound edge rush out of Clinton, North Carolina. He's the number 2 player out of their state.
That's the guys we got to start putting the money out for.
Yeah.
Come on, Walmart, get in.
Their transfer total, they ended up with 14 players out of the portal, including Lambert Smith, wide receiver out of Penn State, Isaiah Rakes from USC, Antonio Kite, corner out of Alabama. Like, they went to P5 schools. And
I was on we're going to Wyoming and picking up guys.
I just remember during the big recruiting season, they were picking up some heat.
We're picking up the Jefferson College of Underwater Basket Weaving guy, School of the Blind guy. And they're going to
okay, yeah.
And they're going to Ohio State and picking up a guy. So
they did pretty good. They got Trill Carter. Trill Carter out of Texas went to Auburn.
Is that Trilly Donovan's son? Nobody? Okay.
No, not Trilly Donovan's son.
His name's Trill Carter.
He last year Auburn did a pretty good job running the ball, pretty effective in that offense. Hugh Freeze, of course, the head coach. They ended up rushing.
We lose to them so much.
They ended up rushing for almost 2,500 total yards rushing offense.
Well, now Hugh Freeze can cheat without cheating.
Yeah.
So
gloves are off. No more McDonald's bags, baby, and hookers. It's going down.
For real.
All of it's legit.
They
I mean, he's not a bad coach, and if you give him players,
he's a pretty good coach.
We're getting beat.
Yep.
I mean, that's the question. I think that was the question we asked last year: is would you take Freeze over Pittman? But this was before Freeze took the Auburn, so this was 2 years ago. Would you take him over Pittman? And at the time,
remember Liberty?
Yeah. But at the time, everyone was saying, I don't know, and then then that happened. Hugh Freeze has quite the background. We know what he did at Ole Miss, and he had some when he came back to Liberty. He did really well. Of course, he ended up beating Arkansas.
He reminds me of Will Wade so much because they're both.
He might be
trash.
the older version of Will Wade in the SEC.
He's the football version,
the football equivalent, because what he did at Ole Miss was pretty slimy. A lot of people will tell you happens everywhere. But
we need a little more slimy on our damn team, and we'd win some of these games.
They were pretty, careless with how they did stuff. So last year they ended up with quite a few losses, more losses than I thought. They lost to A&M 27-10, Georgia 27-20, pretty good game.
Who didn't lose to Georgia?
Right, but they didn't get slammed. I mean, they lost 27-20. They went on the road and got smoked by LSU 48-18. They lost to Ole Miss 28-21. Then they went on a 3-game winning streak: Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and Arkansas. Of course, they beat Arkansas pretty good, 48-10. Beat them by 38 points. And then they turned around and they lose to New Mexico State, 31-10.
Trash.
I keep forgetting about that game. And then Alabama, 27-24, and they lost their bowl game, 31-13.
Who'd they play in the bowl?
Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you have it. All right. So
Travis is 3-1. We both say 2-2.
Yeah, I don't have Arkansas winning that. So.
Texas A&T. Yeah, boy.
So that's another L. So that's 2-2.
A&M. Man, that was quick.
Okay, well, let's break A&M down though for a second. Elko is the new coach.
Overrated.
Okay. I don't disagree. I don't know what to make of Elko.
He made Duke awesome, all right?
But
I get it. And he was a defensive coordinator at Texas A&M when they murdered us, which is they usually do.
They ended up with the number 4 transfer class in the country.
Really?
20, of course, it's mostly by volume. 28 total players. Well, someone is.
Jimmy, you sound like Darth Vader.
God.
No, it's like
I'm over here. Like I'm not even on the mic.
I hear it for sure.
The
neighbors heard that.
So 28 total.
I'm gonna mute
Man,
him.
I am doing so good about like not dropping F-bombs so far. And Travis is usually the bad one, but in my head I've had to go like, no, don't say that.
Well, I'm just in work mode. That's all.
I guess.
Except I'm drinking.
So Elko.
Yeah, I'm just in work mode because I'm drinking. That's
Elko has a history with A&M. He was there for a little while back in 2018 to 2021, where he was the defensive coordinator / safety coach the safeties. Then of course he took over at Duke. Had he was there from 22 to 23, and now he's at A&M. 46 years old, born in a great month, July 28th. That's a great month. July's an awesome month.
Somebody have a birthday coming up?
Oh, it is 41, man.
41.
So old.
I know it. So, and again, he has a lot of history with defense. That's kind of his background. But his overall head coaching record is 16-9, and he's 1-0 in bowl games. All right, so A&M again. We talked about the transfers. We know it's gonna. I mean, it's going to be a pro style offense. I'm assuming.
Who's his OC? Do we know?
Why did you ask me?
We know who it's not.
I think I don't know, but they're going to run a multiple 4-2-5. I don't have his OC in front of me, but
You suck.
I know what their defense is going to be a 4-2 multiple. I have that.
Yeah. They're going to have a good defense, I think.
So my thing with them is SEC Mike thinks they're going to be the biggest surprise in the SEC next year. I think he said they're going to go something like 9-3. He had Paul Feinbaum on, I think, and he was talking with him about it.
Remember that year he said we were going to be really good?
What was that, last year?
And we sucked ass?
Was that last year?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like SEC Mike.
I like him too. I don't know
Man.
that I fully agree, but I could see A&M being kind of a surprise. I mean, they did really good.
They're always consistent for the most part. Like they're usually pretty decent. What was it last year? Was glorious though. What were they?
They certainly overpaid for Jimbo. Yeah, they lost to Miami 48-33. Alabama, they actually played pretty close, 26-20. At Tennessee, they lost 20-13. They lost to like every ranked team they played last year.
So did we. That's crazy.
And then some. And they lost at LSU 42-30, and they lost their bowl game to Oklahoma State 31-23. But that was last year. Different rain, different whatever. Tell me what you think, Travis. Arkansas and A&M, and it is in the house that Jones built.
It's the last one, right?
My man Bobby.
I think
this is the last one.
I think so.
Bob Petrino is coming back for revenge, baby.
He's riding the motorcycle in.
He's gonna ride it in. He needs to.
Season's over.
He needs to ride it in to the damn
He
stadium.
doesn't have a swim coach on the back, does he?
I got A&M as a W, and we're gonna be on the good side of one of those terrible ass games we always lose.
I want to keep in mind he's got Connor Wegman back. Wegman, before he got hurt last year, was running Petrino's offense really well, and he is back.
But he ain't got Petrino's offense. No.
That's true.
I want to know who their offensive coordinator is, because now I want to know. It's probably Danny knows.
Oh my God, no, it's definitely not Danny.
All right, I got to look it up.
So-
Y'all go
well,
ahead.
so you have that-
I got that as a W,
You
man.
got that as a W. So what are you at now? Are you at?
He's at 4-1.
I'm at 4-1.
gosh.
4-1. Oh, it gets worse, guys. Just hang in there.
I feel like you're going to be very predictable on all these.
Yeah, lost.
Well, I'm going to shock you then,
Okay.
because we're
Not
going
for
to
the
win.
sake of
We're
shocking.
going to win the Texas A&M game
Hey!
for the exact reason that Travis said. Bobby Petrino might not be prepared for the whole season, but he's going to come in and rock their world.
Okay. That's not predictable then.
I fully believe he's going to go in there and rock their world.
Get it, Timmy. We got Tim on our side.
I mean,
Oh my God.
That's been my surprise pick since you said we were doing this show a couple days ago.
Okay.
My surprise pick was going to be Texas A&M the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
So you will probably predict all
Oh,
the
there
rest
we
of
go.
what I'm going to say.
Oh,
But Texas
good
A&M
Lord.
we're going to beat.
They got Colin Klein from Kansas as the OC. Are you from Kansas State? That's not good, guys.
Kansas State.
Oh, that's right.
He's a really good OC,
That's
dude.
right.
Kansas State who got
Damn.
beat by Kansas. I ain't worried about it. We're going in there.
I'm
and
still
rocking.
sticking with the W. I don't care.
So-
we may win close, like Travis said. I kind of agree with what Travis said. It might be one of those ugly games that
Yeah.
we actually come out on the top of
think
the
it'll be
ugly
atrocious.
game, but we're gonna win.
We are due, man.
We're gonna win that game.
It'll be our Florida game of next
I'm
year.
going to be the most negative person at this table, apparently. I've got
the rest of the way. You can predict me, but
yeah, this is going to be an L, I think, for Arkansas. I don't know what to expect. A&M feels like a wild card. I mean, especially with all those transfers and
That OC
Yeah, but
is a problem.
what did they
bro.
do with that ridiculous, stupid recruiting class last year?
Yeah.
You just read off
That
how
is
many
Jimbo,
losses they
though.
had.
Jimbo
Yeah.
sucks.
They had Bobby.
Truth, but they didn't let him. Bobby,
Every-
Jimbo didn't
you-
let
you
Bobby.
can-
Bobby.
Maybe that's what Bobby says, but what do you think Bobby's gonna say?
That's fair.
So an interesting thing on Texas A&M and Bobby Petrino. An article came out. This is the thing I told you before the show. I said that might kind of surprise you. Most Aggies among most improved college football offenses in 2023.
Is that a prediction?
No, this was what?
Whoa.
No, 2023.
Well, that
Oh,
goes
23,
against
23.
everything that he said. Then they didn't let me do my thing, but I improved
They
the
sure did.
offense among
well,
the,
not
They
among the
sure
necessarily.
most
kicked the
improved in
shit
the
out
whole
of us.
country.
Not necessarily. No, it just means he ran Jimbo's offense pretty efficiently. I don't know if that's well, I mean, he did. I mean, 33. They go from 22 points a game in 2022.
All right.
No, I agree that the stats are stats. What I'm saying is I don't know that he ran Jimbo's offense and didn't do his.
Well,
thing.
my thing with that is nobody's come out and refuted that.
But
No,
at the
no
end,
player, no
Yeah.
staff member, no Jimbo Fisher.
Again, what are people going to say?
Well, they're going to say he's lying.
I just want to know. I just want to
Petrino.
know who the hell ran the ball again at the end of the game. Was it Bobby or was it Jimbo?
It was absolutely Bobby.
You think it was Bobby?
Absolutely, it was Bobby.
So Georgia Tech was number one. I like what's going on in Georgia Tech. They go from 15.5 points a game in 2022 to almost 30 points a game in 23. Colorado,
Ugh.
number two. They go from 15 points a game in 22 to 28 points a game.
For all the people that say Dion can't actually coach,
I'm not starting that fire.
I'm still here.
Virginia Tech went from 18.5 points a game in 22 to 29.5 in 2023, and A&M goes from 22 points a game to 32.9. Miami was behind them. LSU, who I'm actually surprised was that big of a jump. I'm trying to remember 22, but Kentucky went from 19.5 points a game to 29.2. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then
Nerdy football stuff.
Northwestern, Oklahoma, and Boston College. Yeah, it is, but
I like it though.
I mean, it's
I always learn all my cool facts from
well,
your
like
show.
Oklahoma going from 32.8 to 41.7. That's not too shabby. That's
Oklahoma did that.
a difference
when
of
they-
9 points a game. And
But they had Kendall Brow's brother-in-law, the guy, the Mississippi State coach now. God, what's his name?
well,
I keep wanting to call him Chris Webber. It is not.
you keep asking me these damn coaches' names.
I have good questions.
I can't remember their names off.
You're
the top of
supposed
my
to know
head.
everything.
Levy,
Chris Levy.
Yeah. So, anyways, for people who don't think that Petrino did some good at A&M, he certainly did a little bit.
but I say that to say when I said what I said it to say they had a top 5 recruiting class in the nation, and they had a very average team. And you can say you kind of talk out of both sides of your mouth to say, well, he didn't get to Bobby, but he also improved the offense ridiculously.
Wait, what?
He didn't get to Petrino the offense. He had to run Jimbo Fisher. But he also improved the offense. Well, which one did he do? Did he run his offense and improve it, or did he not get to run his offense?
Yeah,
and
no,
somehow
I
manage
think
to improve it?
you're mixing up what I'm saying.
The improved portion
He
is from Bobby's
improved the
place.
offense regardless of whose offense he was running.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't think that matters. At the end of the
think it
day, he
matters.
is the coordinator. At the end of the day,
I think it matters.
yeah,
Because to say that would say that Jimbo's offense would have done that with or without Bobby.
well, but it didn't. I mean,
Right,
Again,
my
it,
point.
It
So he
went
got to
11.
All right, girls, you're both pretty.
10
On to Tennessee.
10 oh, hang on. No. I think this is important.
All right.
20. I mean, to go from 22 points a game to 32.9. I don't care what offense you're running
But you didn't do that the year before.
because he wasn't there. Petrino or Jimbo?
Both.
Well, Petrino wasn't.
How
there.
long was Jimbo there?
I don't know.
Right. So how many
10
10-point
20
improvements did he make each season?
Well, I don't know,
So
Tim.
the-
I'm
so-
just telling you from the time that
I know, but
Petrino was there.
statistically, but hear me.
You're talking about Jimbo, what he did before. I don't care about that.
But you have
okay.
to. But you have
No,
to.
you don't.
Because
we're comparing. We're comparing 22 to 23.
But hear me. Just hear me for a second. You're saying that Bobby Petrino didn't get to do Bobby Petrino
We
things.
don't. That's what he says.
Right. But then you're saying Bobby Petrino is responsible for a 10-point improvement not running his offense.
But he ran
that
the
offense, but that offense didn't improve 10 points every year.
What I'm saying is that Petrino was there last year. It went up. It went up to almost 11 points a game.
Right.
With
because
Petrino
he
calling
was-
the offense.
Because he was doing his thing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, hopefully he'll do his thing here.
Petrino was doing his thing.
Yeah.
Well,
to say
yeah,
that he was
so
doing
that's-
Jimbo's thing would imply that Jimbo's thing would have done that with or without Bobby.
Well, I don't know about that. What I do know is Petrino was the offensive coordinator calling the plays. He claims he was using Jimbo's
Lingo.
his language, his vernacular, whatever. And
His hog and ease.
they went up 11 points a game. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. They were better with Petrino at offensive coordinator.
I agree that they were better with him as a coordinator. I
In
disagree with
23.
his statement that he wasn't doing his
Well,
thing. He
that's between you and him. I don't know.
he may not have been
You
using
can
he may not have
contact-
been using his language, but he's still calling his plays.
He does follow me on Twitter. I might be able to hook you up.
Hit him up in the DMs. Okay, so we're all.
Okay, we're good. I just switched this back.
Oh, what happened?
I switched when you guys were arguing. I wanted everyone to see it. It was hilarious.
Oh.
I guess this auto mutes.
Way
I
to
just
go.
switched this back. We should be good. God, dang it, that's annoying. Every time I switch images, it does that.
It's perfect.
I'm gonna stop switching images. All right, we're good.
We probably should stop doing that.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
everybody has Tennessee as a loss, unfortunately. Nico, we think is gonna. You probably should be glad that was muted.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later. I think Heupel's gonna come in and kick our teeth in. Tennessee's kind of due. Last few times we've played Tennessee, we've kicked the shit out of them.
Yeah, different time though.
Truth, yeah.
LSU on the 19th, night game, 5 or 7 p.m.
That one's tough. Where you at, Timmy? Lost? Yeah, it's just a loss. Good Lord. This guy. Ty, how about you, buddy?
I think that's a loss.
Yeah, it's a loss. Round the table. Golly.
Yeah, make fun of me over there.
No.
Make fun of me, but you know, I'm
I do.
right.
I'm trying to be.
So that's
I'm trying to be as realistic as possible.
I'm right.
so I'm at 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 2 and 4, 2 and 5.
Why would you start being realistic this year?
Because every other year I look like an idiot.
Well, then we have Mississippi State. Now this is
There's that Chris Levy guy I was talking about.
We're just talking about Kendall Browse's brother-in-law.
Yeah. I'm going to call him that forever.
At Mississippi State in Starkville. It's an early game, 11 or noon. This one might actually be interesting, and it's kind of difficult to gauge because, and I just had their stuff up in front of me. They ended up with 19 players out of the portal. Not that it matters because they're under new management, but they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. They did, however, beat Arkansas 7-3. Just FYI.
Yeah.
That game was atrocious, dude.
Well, that's the game that did it.
That might have been one of the worst played football games in Arkansas history.
Danny knows.
Minus the Citadel.
It was pretty bad. Well, yeah, Citadel's bad because of who they are, but performance-wise, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
7
nobody
to 3.
did. Nobody
And
did.
that was bad. But then they went on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Auburn, Kentucky, Texas A&M. But new management now for them. As we already mentioned,
I'm also trying to account for that depth issue we're going to have on that D-line.
Mm-hmm.
And injuries and things like that.
They're going to run the veer and shoot under Levy.
Of course they are. And he's a pretty... You remember how Oklahoma's offense improved so much? He did it.
Yeah, he was at Oklahoma at 22 and 23. Mm-hmm. And he was at Ole Miss for 20 to 21.
Oh, he was at Ole Miss?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
He was a coordinator / quarterback coach.
They were pretty... They weren't too shabby.
He was at UCF before that. He's got quite the rap sheet. Of course, we know he was at Baylor.
Yeah, he's got... Speaking of rap sheets... Hey, Dad, what are we doing today?
Oh, boy. All right, tell me, Travis. Is this a win or a loss?
Oh, Mississippi State? Mm-hmm. Let me look at my... That's a win.
Okay.
That's a win. So I got us 1, 2, 3...
In
4,
Starkville.
5. Yeah. That'll be the surprise win. I got us 5-3 right now. Nobody else does.
Okay.
Ty has no faith.
I wouldn't go that far. I just don't. I don't know.
You got to be realistic also. Well, like I feel like
you got to be realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Levy's first year. Mm-hmm. The variant shoot offense is a little simpler, but I still feel like they lost a lot. They lost some pretty good wide receivers. Who the hell's their quarterback? It ain't Will Rogers.
It's expected. Hang on, I can tell you. I have it in my magic.
If Will Rogers was still there, I would say this is a loss.
No, yeah, Will Rogers is gone.
He gone.
I think he was a system guy, anyways. Blake Shapen is their quarterback. He's a senior transfer.
Dub.
And behind him, they've got Chris Parson. Their offense is all newbies. I mean, you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They could have upwards of like 8 guys out of the portal playing on offense.
I'm just feeling that like that's a pretty equal-footed offense with ours.
My only hang up with this is it's in Starkville.
True, and those stupid cowbells. Good Lord.
Yeah. So you have it as a...
I got that as a win. I got that as a sneaky win.
Tim?
It's a close loss.
Close loss. Okay.
I'll take that.
All right. Well,
I mean, it was 7-3 last year. I'm not saying Mississippi State's going to come in and wreck us.
Yeah, it's just whole new system.
It's a whole new system, but it's a whole new system for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a close loss.
I
might even consider giving us the win if it was Fayetteville, but it's not. So close loss.
I'm going to say dub. I'm going to give them the dub here. So that puts me at 4 wins on the year so far at this point. Starting off 2-2, then losing, then 2 more losses, then 2 dubs. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. Ole Miss, I kind of feel like
I got 5 wins. All right. Ole Miss, I know the answer to this one. Where y'all at? Where you at, Timmy?
it's in. I mean,
Let's keep it going in the direction it was going.
It is in Fayetteville.
That's a loss.
It's an early game.
That's a loss. Pooh Paul's coming with hell behind him.
That's a loss.
We're gonna lose that game.
Lane Kiffin's a better coach.
Dude, they
Ole Miss.
He
Ole Miss out-recruited everyone.
Yeah.
It's a loss. I mean,
I think Ole Miss is going to be a problem this year for on a national level.
Yeah, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think there's any doubt. At the moment, they certainly look like a playoff team, especially last year. I mean, they won 11 games last year.
Yeah, they're a good team, dude, and he's a beast recruiter. Much as I don't like him because I don't like him because I wish he was our coach. Kind of like a John Calipari situation.
Yeah.
He is a great freaking coach, man.
I agree with you. It is one of those where I wish we had gotten him instead of Pittman in that year.
I wanted him that year.
I wanted him that year too, real bad.
Yep.
So he's a better coach.
They
we
do.
would be in a whole different place.
I can't believe Pittman's ever beat him before. We beat him like twice, right?
No, Pittman's beaten Kiffin.
I know. I just said I can't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's beaten him. I think maybe a couple times.
And they've got Jackson Dart coming back at quarterback. I mean, the only downside for them is it looks like they're going to have to replace possibly 3 starters off the offensive line. But, I mean, whatever.
How many guys on our offensive line are replacements?
Like 4.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Right.
And you're talking about Anthony Carmona,
Blackstock.
Blackstock probably at right tackle.
Addison was there last year. Braun was there.
Nichols wasn't.
He wasn't?
Yeah, Nichols
he's a backup?
transfer. Yeah.
Oh, he's a transfer?
No, he's a transfer.
Oh.
From Tennessee. Yeah, he's going to start at center.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I
swear
knew the answer to the question when I asked it. Like, to say, well, they're going to have to replace 3 starters on their offensive line. Well, yeah, we're also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a loss, boys, unfortunately.
Okay. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in. I want to make sure I got mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're 9 games in. Am I 3-6?
Probably.
UAPB, UAB, and Texas A&M.
Surprised we're not 1-8.
I know. I'm kind of surprised by that too. Next up, again, this feels like another just predictable game. Texas.
Oh, Texas. Yeah.
11 a.m.
At
in
11 too. I wish that was a night game. I feel like a little better about it. But Sark's got that sumbitch kicking.
Yeah,
they're going to be a good team. I think they're SEC ready, and a lot of people don't think that. But I remember thinking that about Texas A&M. I literally, on my old Facebook post, it came up on like my time hop thing. And then when Texas A&M joined, I was like, we're going to kick the crap out of these dudes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we'd won.
No, that's fair.
We won 3 straight over A&M.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't it 3?
Oh, the first 3?
Before they joined the
Yeah,
SEC?
before, yeah. And then they came in just kicking the shit out of us for years.
Well, after Petrino.
Terrible. Damn motorcycle.
Okay, so you got an L, and I'm assuming.
I mean, here's the thing about Texas. Yes, I'm going to say an L, but it might be closer than we think, and it's weird.
Because
Texas. When you talk to people in Texas about this game, they could give a shit. People in Texas are like, Arkansas, who cares? We care about OU and Texas A&M, and that's it. We don't care about Arkansas. But Arkansas, for whatever reason, gets up so high for this game that we can have a not great season and still play Texas close as hell.
It's like our LSU now. You
So-
know what I mean?
It's true.
So with this becoming a new, it's a new thing again. Like we're in the same conference and you're guaranteed we're going to play. I could see sometimes, not this year, but sometimes over the next few years, we're going to come up and beat them when we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to do it this year. It is an L, but this game is special. For whatever reason, this game is special to Arkansas. We're going to surprise them a couple times, just not this year.
That's on
Yeah.
ABC or ESPN.
Really?
And it is for sure. And
Well, it depends on what our record is going into it, I'm sure.
I think that's fixed. I think that's what it is. I think it's going to be 11 a.m. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess all these are technically. I guess maybe they could.
The only reason I'm excited
them
about
around.
the Texas game being at 11 is so our guys can get some nice rest for the next week after we get our asses kicked. I'm just saying, man.
Well, you got Louisiana Tech after this
Louisiana Tech.
in Fayetteville. I mean, of course. Louisiana Tech, they are coached. I did not know who this guy was. Sonny Cumby.
I'm a child.
It might be pronounced Cumby. I don't know. It's Cumbie.
No, I like the way you said it before, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Air raid. They run the air raid offense. They're 4-3 on defense. They were really bad last year. They've not been good.
We're gonna kick the shit out of them.
They were 3-9 both years, 22
Yeah.
and 23. Last year they beat Florida International 22-17. Northwestern State they beat 51-21, and UTEP 24-10. And then everything else is all L's. Yeah, I'm a win on this. Yeah, easy.
I'm gonna win. Yeah.
Also,
So where are you at right now? Are you at 4-7 or something?
Let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. That's 5 wins.
Okay.
I'm at 4.
Are you? Wait.
I'm at 5 currently.
Before this pick.
Wait, you're at 5 wins? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right?
Okay. I get.
Maybe 5.
Am I getting that mixed up? Yeah, I think you.
That's
and I
my
are-
6th win. I got us going 6 and 6.
So
for us.
well, so you already gave away.
UAB,
I did.
UAB.
Sorry.
Texas A&M.
I mean, I got us going 6-5 so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 5.
La Tech.
I like Pigpen, man. He's at 7-4. Hell yeah.
7-4. Okay. I think that's possible. So, are you your win on this, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of course. All right. Last but not least, Missouri.
It's at Missouri, right?
Yeah, it's in Columbia.
It's always bad for us. I get pissed off every day after Thanksgiving. The week after Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, I'm just like,
I never saw this dude coming into Missouri and making us have to sweat this game.
I didn't either.
dude.
I didn't, but we are not winning this game again.
We suck at Columbia. I don't know why.
I don't want to play basketball schools with coaches like Drink.
They're a basketball school now? They went 0-14 in the SEC last year.
I mean, they've always been more of a basketball school than a football school.
Yeesh. Maybe they're good at golf.
Well, they were horrible last year.
They suck at baseball.
They were bad at baseball. They were bad at baseball this year and bad at basketball.
You talking about the Razorbacks? I was talking about Missouri.
Yeah, both are. Yeah, that's fair. So at Appalachian State, this dude goes 12-1. Drinkowitz does 8-1 back in 2019.
Did you see that idiot playing the guitar with that recruit the other day?
Was he the coach when they beat Michigan? Or was that before his time?
Oh, that was a long time ago. Oh, man.
Yo, Matt
When they were like number one in the nation.
Matt said 8-4. Sam leaks Eli's tape, and we get the dub. Knock Mizzou out of the playoff contention. I heard about that. That's hilarious.
I think it's all.
I hope it's real. That'll be hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking about. Tell me about this.
So
there's supposedly a sex tape of Eli Drinkowitz floating around the internet, which I haven't seen, but I think it's BS. But it's pretty funny though.
So in 2020 he goes 5-5. Of course, that was a conference only schedule. 2021 he goes 6-7. 2022 he goes 6-7.
I hope they suck this year.
And then 2023 they go 11-2, 6-2 in conference.
Here's my problem with Missouri and Columbia. Even if they suck the whole year, they're going to whip our ass in Columbia because
they're not going to be bad.
This is what happens.
Why can't we do like if we go, what do you say, 5-5, 6-7, 6-7, we fire that coach. And then he has an 11-2 year. So we should have fired Sam last year. So wouldn't it be the craziest thing if we went 11-2? Because we should have fired Sam last year. We're not going to, but
yeah, I mean, he certainly, Mizzou fans wanted him out. I mean, they wanted him out prior to 2023. 6 wins a year. I mean, his first year was really good with 5 conference wins. That's actually really good. But 2021, 2022, he didn't meet expectations. Yeah, they were ready to move on. And then he goes 11-2. I'm not saying that that's going to happen here, and I know you're not saying that either.
No.
But I mean, it just
they're
goes
the
to show you
best
sometimes.
schedule ever.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty.
I wish we had that damn schedule.
Yeah, it's pretty.
We'd still go 6-6, but
we ain't going 6-6.
guys, yes, we are. I have a 6-6. It's written down. This is scripture. It's happening.
So officially, I'm at 5-7. That is my prediction.
I'm at 6-6 with a 7-5 cap. That's the best
okay,
I
but
got.
that's realistic. When you were talking before we went live, I was thinking you're gonna go like 9-3, 10-2.
Well, I've been drinking and I've thought better.
Oh, okay. So you're the opposite. You have the opposite.
Yeah,
effect.
apparently.
Okay, and then you're at.
I think it's 4-8, but I don't have it in front of me. Let me see your schedule real quick so I can run through it in my head one more time.
I got it written down. You can just see my W's and L's.
Yeah, that's fine. Just to make sure in my
I
head.
literally
got
wrote this
right.
as we were doing it, by the way. I had no prep.
Win, OSU loss. UAB win, Auburn loss. A&M win. So there's my 3 wins. Losing Tennessee, losing LSU, losing. Yeah, 4. That's 4 wins. Yeah. I mean,
that's Timmy as F.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's fair, dude. It's hard to be optimistic with the way. Number one, because the stadium is built on an Indian burial ground, and it ends at the Trail of Tears. I'm just saying. But it's hard to be optimistic with our history and just the way stuff's been going lately. Pittman had one really good year, and it's just like there's just again, had Petrino not came back, there would be zero hope. I'd be like, oh, we're going to go like 1-11.
And
you know what I mean?
And here's the deal. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not. I'm trying to be realistic. if I thought that Bobby Petrino was going to be here 2 years, and I've said all along I don't. I think that 4-8's enough. They fire Pittman and Petrino's gone.
Oh, yeah.
But if I thought that Petrino was going to be here next year with more of his own recruits and more time to install the system, I think next year we're better than 4-8. I think next year 6-6 or 7-5 is very realistic. He does show the ability to improve a team like that. I just don't see it in year one. I don't see it happening in year one. So 4-8 to me is realistic, not pessimistic. I'm not trying to be a pessimist.
Eagle, don't you group me with these white devils. All right. What? I think we're going to win Mississippi State. They think we're going to lose. So just throw that out there. He said, I can't believe crazy y'all think we lose to Mississippi State.
He also said 4-8 is a sadist take.
I'm with that.
I mean,
I have questions, boys. I have questions. I really have questions.
Well, I want to address Mike here for a second.
Right,
that's my admin.
All right.
This guy does not like pessimistic takes at all.
I like Eagle.
He does not. He just doesn't like it. If you're not on a winning schedule, then you're just crazy. You have sadist takes.
That's a perfect way to say it.
I've got him at 5 wins. I mean, that's better than 4-8. But again, Mike, show me the evidence of anything better than 5, even 6 wins. Like, what do you see, Mike, or anybody who disagrees with this? What do you see that says, "Oh yeah, no, they're gonna do way better"? And if you say Petrino, I mean, the skill position. Like, I think they need an upgrade at skill position.
I'm going to bounce off the schedule back to the main shot real quick because we're just talking. No, the main shot
was it muted again?
No, the main shot doesn't. No, we're good.
Okay.
The main shot doesn't kill the audio. I'm just warning you. I'm watching for it now.
I think it's. I don't think it's a sadist take to say 4-8. In fact, if he were to say 3-9, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility either.
I mean, I picked Texas A&M as a win.
Yeah, that's a pretty big win.
And
I'm
that's
astonished
a
you did
solid.
that.
That's a solid team. Mm-hmm. I do think we'll beat them. So otherwise, I would be 3-9.
He says. I said 7. Mike Eagle says he said 7-5, 8-4.
That's optimistic.
I mean that's
I'm
realistic.
about realistic.
But that's not much better than. I mean, 7-5 isn't much better than 5-7.
I said 7-5 if we get lucky and steal one from LSU at home.
There's so many variables and question marks with this team.
It all starts with the damn O-line.
Exactly.
We start.
And again, if we're starting 4 brand new offensive linemen, and we had a terrible offensive line to begin with last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like that he's retooled the entire O-line for the most part.
Then
he's teaching them.
I hope he lives up to his legacy,
Yeah.
which I've said all along. I think he needs to be the coach of the offensive line, and the head coach is fine as long as his emphasis is offensive line because that's his legacy.
I really think he's letting stuff go and just like letting the offense coordinator do his thing, letting the defense coordinator do his thing, and he's focusing on the line because that's where it all starts.
Practices ran like Petrino. Like Petrino owns that offense.
Good.
It is. He runs it like I feel like that's his. He is with the offense at
But
all.
how good is he at
Of
just
course,
offense?
he's with the offense the whole time. But I mean, it feels like it's his show.
Look at the offense he ran at Missouri State. Holy crap. They put it on us, bro.
But they did. And that 4th and 1 was crazy.
I took my mom to that game.
That was
and I was
nuts.
like, Mom, we're going to win this game. You should come to this one.
Yeah.
And we're playing. I'm like, holy shit, we're going to lose to a directional school. Like,
However, and after that game, they went on like a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Like they weren't very good.
We were their Super Bowl.
So here's the thing. Here's another thing.
Well,
go ahead.
That factors into the whole Texas A&M thing. He came here with Missouri State, and just about, I mean, he made us look kind of ridiculous.
Right.
I think he goes to Texas A&M and does the same thing, even if we go on a losing streak.
All the fans
So
showed up in neck braces.
Here's the. I asked Mike give me your reason why you think this or that. Other than the obvious, right? I've got all the PFF and all the numbers you could need with the projected starting 5. Okay, Fernando Carmona, PFF likes him a lot. 81.5 is his overall grade. His run block grade is 78.9, which is really high. His pass block grade is 81.0. However, on the year, this is based off 765 snaps. He gave up just 13 QB pressures. Just 2 sacks all year. Okay, Carmona, all right, even though it was San Jose State, not bad. However, You move on to Patrick Kutas, presumed interior starting offensive lineman.
That's the one who was here. That I thought it was Nichols.
PFF grade 54.9. Pass block grade 47.1. Run block grade 58.7. QB pressures allowed 24. 5 sacks given up off 552 snaps. Addison Nichols, this is another guy. He doesn't have a high snap count, but his numbers are not great. Off 116 total snaps, he did only give up 1 QB pressure, but his grades are all below 61 or lower. Joshua Braun, this is a guy with 790 snaps. He gave up 16 QB pressures and 2 sacks allowed. His grades are all 64 below, except pass block. His pass block grade is 79.3. Keyshawn Blackstock, presumed starting right tackle, Michigan State. Didn't play a lot, 74 snaps. However, he did give up 2 pressures. I thought he had given up a sack. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But none of his grades are above 64.5. So whether you want to look at the PFF side or if you want to look at the actual stats, there's nothing about this offensive line outside of Carmona that's that sexy. There's just there's nothing.
And so you look at Pittman's legacy and you say, are they coachable?
I was going to say, can he take an average player and make him great?
Are they coachable to greatness? Mm-hmm. And I would love to. I mean, I would love to see that. I am not an anti-raise. I don't want them to do poorly.
Right.
I just don't have the confidence in them. But if if he lives up to his legacy, then great. He takes those guys that are 64 and below and turns them into something great.
My only counter to that side of the argument would be, has he done that so far?
But his
has
own
he been hands on so far?
But his own interview, he said, I don't want to step on my coach's toes, and
that
bothered me the day he said it. We got on a podcast together, and I was like, that.
I was going to say, you've been at practice for all these years. How many? Right,
only
all these years.
Well, since Pitt's been there.
The
last 2-3 years?
This will be year 3.
Okay, 3rd year.
For fall camp.
Okay, but have you seen him do what he's doing now those years?
I've seen him work a little with the offensive line. He certainly would. He would always.
Yeah, we were getting our ass kicked.
We would. Yeah. And when
he's like, "Y'all player from motherfucking Arkansas."
Yeah, they caught him swearing on tape. I got a news flash for you.
Was that Schode who did that? Who did that?
I have no idea. But a news flash. That's nothing new. I thought it was funny. People were giggling over that or whatever.
I was all fired up. I was like, "This is what we need."
Making a big deal about it. It's like he does that all the time. They just they don't catch it on camera. But no, I do like that he is hands on more. Part of me kind of wonders, has the game passed him up? As an offensive line coach. Yeah. I mean, he's been disconnected from that degree of coaching for years. For 4 years.
Have there been big changes in blocking protection over the years? Right? It's not.
It changes with the offense.
It does change with the offense, and technique is usually the same. The way it's coached is usually different.
So what I'm wondering is if he's taking over O-line to fit the best possible way with Bobby's schemes.
That's what I'm hoping, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's the big question.
Because it's all about matching, right?
My thing is though, this guy is known as an offensive line guru, right? Mm-hmm. And I know he's not the offensive line coach. I get that. I can already hear someone angrily typing that in the comments. But again, typically you would see some reflection of that, and we haven't. Yeah. I mean, how many offensive linemen has he had drafted? And by the way, these are his coaches. The offensive line coaches are his coaches.
Yeah.
So one way or another, and by the way, they're also former GAs under him, or they were coaches under him, whether it be at Georgia or
Mateos is a former GA too. This might suck, guys.
So I'm just saying.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, but not every coach that left out from under Nick Saban is coaching at the level of Nick Saban, right? So
I mean, Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian.
Sarkisian was good before. Kiffin was good before.
True.
They both were good before. Kiffin was good at Tennessee. He just messed up.
Kirby Smart.
His 1 year there, and then he bolts for Oakland.
I mean, everywhere he went, he was already good. Sarkisian was good at Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't. It wasn't that he.
How nuts is it that Nick Saban coached like over all these dudes? Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin, Steve Sark. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, and he was good at USC. He was never great at USC.
He was good at drinking.
He got fired because he couldn't put the sauce down.
We had a party with that guy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go get trashed with Steve Sarkisian the night before we play Texas.
Oh, there you go.
It's going to happen.
They
spike the punch.
Have you seen that video of him chewing out the guy that keeps putting his hand on him to tell him to relax?
No.
You got to watch it, Steve. He loses his
My
shit.
favorite video of him was when he was like crouched down and we were kicking their ass.
Oh yeah,
his first year.
Oh, he looks
he's just like,
so.
"Ah."
He looks so defeated.
Him and Kiffin both like to do that little crouch down Frogger position
Yeah.
when we're kicking the shit out of them.
So I like to say there's cushion. If I'm going to say 5 and 7, I'm going to say there's cushion there. It could be worse, could be better. I think they could be worse. They really could be 3 and 9. This could be. Oof. I think the probability of them heading into disaster might just be as high as them.
Oh shit! Oh, whoops. Yeah, I can say shit. That's what I was going to ask you guys. Remember I said I had questions. If we start just taking it on the chin, at what point mid-season do they fire him if they fire Pitt? In y'all's opinion, like, you know, I have my
might as well finish out the season at this point.
You think they'll do that? Well, I think maybe it may be about contract. I think that may be why he's still here.
Well, yeah, and it might come down in December.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how it's structured, but I know that it is less this year because they held on to him. I don't know if it drops again if they wait until December. If that's not the case, then no, I don't see him surviving the year. But if it is the case, then maybe. But it just depends. Like if he can start off the year. Imagine if
they're tied at the hip though.
What do you mean?
If Petrino and Pittman are tied at the hip, you fire Pittman.
Oh wait, did you ask if?
Oh, they would make Bobby the interim. I feel.
And then let him go at the end of the season. If they're tied at the hip, they just keep Pittman.
Well,
why not?
Well,
depends on how tied at the hip they are.
What difference does it make if he finishes
his
the season
first
or
year? I just think to shut fans up. Everybody's expecting him to eat shit.
Depends on how the
this
offense is doing.
not? Here's the more important thing: you're wearing green and white.
Yeah,
on your
I've
wrist.
been trying to refresh the game.
You're wearing green and white.
Yeah.
Does Baraka get his championship tonight?
I don't know. I can't get the score to refresh.
Does he get his championship tonight? Your call.
I don't know. They're
turn
playing
the game
right
on,
now.
Don't look at the score.
Someone told me that Boston was not doing great. I got a text.
Hold on.
They're down 61-35 at half.
Oh my god, Jesus! Yeah. He's not getting it tonight.
No.
I had Dallas winning this one. I didn't think they'd go down there and
Who are they playing? I don't watch basketball.
Mavericks.
Oh yeah,
Gafford.
Mavericks are freaking good.
They got Daniel Gafford.
So
we got a Razorback win in one way or the other.
Who?
They're 0-3.
The Mavericks?
If they were to lose tonight,
over.
some crazy.
You should have told me the game was over. I would have just turned it on.
Oh, well, I'd be distracted the whole time.
So?
That's why I didn't. Put it up. That's why I
He'd be
didn't
like,
ask you.
son of a! Like, I know Pittman, right? Like, we got to get this guy out of here. Like, they're getting dusted, bro. Holy crap!
Yeah, but I think this is I think Boston just wants to take it home.
Yeah,
and win it in front of their crowd. I mean, I'm sure. I'm not saying that that's why the score is the way it is. But there's Gafford. No.
That's the wrong button.
Yeah, they got a foul there.
Oh, Gafford, man.
All right. Well, I guess that's really about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Y'all didn't answer my question now.
Well, what was your
At
question?
what game?
I did. I said he finished the season.
I don't think he finishes.
I don't either.
But it depends. It just depends on. Again, there's so many games here that are variables.
What do you think, chat? Help me out.
UAPB. Okay, so if you lost to UAPB,
well, sure,
to start the year off, and then you get slammed.
God, what a shit show that would be, dude.
And then you get slammed to Oklahoma State, then you lose UAB. I don't think he would survive to Auburn.
I don't think it's possible. I think he'll at least go 2-1 on those games.
Yeah, he will. I think he will. I think he'll start off 2-1.
Yeah. Pessimistically, I think we could easily lose to Oklahoma State.
It's just
I was trying to get to 6-6.
It's not pessimism. That's called realism.
Oh, I meant pessimistic for me.
I know you disagree, Ty, but I still feel Sam will retire before he gets fired.
I think they would let him resign.
He's not. I could. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they'd be like, dude, we're going to have to fire you or you can step down.
Well, that's different than just like.
It would be a forced resignation.
It'd be forced.
It won't be a retire. It'll be a forced resignation.
Yeah. And then he'll just.
Because he's had good seasons here.
I don't understand the Bobby. Let's see. Eagle says, I don't understand the quote, Bobby doesn't have enough time, end quote. Like what? He's been there since the season ended. How much time does he need?
Because I said I think that him being there this year doesn't equate to more wins. But him being there next year would equate to more wins.
I think an additional year
so
would
you're
make
saying
a
like
world
year
difference.
2.
If he made year 2, I think we have a significant improvement. I think year 1 is I think year 1 is a stretch.
All right, if we go 6-6 and they keep Pittman, are you guys happy?
I mean, it's improvement.
right?
No.
You don't think so? I think
be
he's
happy with 6
so
and 6.
in trouble.
And I don't think fans would be happy with
No,
6
I
and
don't
6.
either, yeah.
I mean, just getting bowl eligible shouldn't be enough for him to keep his
You have
job.
to go 7 and 6 at least.
Yeah,
Win the damn bowl game.
Gotta be, I think it's got to be. I think the magic number could be 7.
Yeah.
I think it very well could be. Yeah, and Mike, I don't have a heart. I don't know why that's. I mean, why wouldn't he be better in the second year? I guess.
Yeah, they have the whole team. The team would have more time to learn his offense, man.
Is Bobby not better than Enos?
Sure he is.
Yeah,
We'll find out though. But
Yeah, but nobody expected Enos to have the drop off that we had last year.
God, dude,
it was really bad.
I just remember seeing like them hire Enos, and I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
Well, I remember having the conversation, I think, with you about, Enos developed, who was it, Jalen Hurts or somebody?
Yeah.
Right? And being like, well, I mean, that can't be bad for KJ.
Yeah.
Except it was.
So much for that.
It's crazy to think what he did with what he helped to do with Brandon Allen. And that year, 2015 was the Gaffer.
Oh my God.
The problem is with the Enos coming in, the real problem I think is that it was such an opposite philosophy. Sam screwed up by hiring and trying to switch to philosophy with a team that he had recruited for a veer and shoot to go, oh, we're going to go pro style now. It's like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
That was nasty.
It was doomed from the get go, and I think that was a nasty block. That was pretty nasty by Gafford. See, this is why I told you to put the game on.
Come on, we're almost done. It's fine.
right,
Okay, let's wrap it up.
We need to wrap it up. So we do appreciate everyone again. Shout out to the sponsors. Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, Same Day Services, Quality Parts, Affordable Outcomes. This guy right here, he runs the business.
Allegedly.
Check out their link provided for you down below, or give them a call, 501-244-3667.
Or one thing you never do is in Northwest Arkansas.
You told me to stick with this. You told me to
479-755-3667. You know 3667 spells out door on the phone?
Does it really?
You're welcome.
Yeah. Nice.
244-door, baby.
You did that on purpose?
I did it on purpose.
Yeah, that's
I
genius.
swear to God.
That's some,
Very nice.
that's some entrepreneurial type stuff right there.
Got to think outside the box, baby.
Insurance Max, our other sponsor. Right now, if you sign up or call for a free quote, you're going to have a shot at winning a free copy of EA College Football 2.5. They offer business, personal, life, and health insurance, retirement. We shop the best rates for you, and they cover all 4 corners of our awesome state. So we appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Definitely like. We have 38 likes on a almost 2-hour video. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I only drank 4 beers, so I didn't get trashed on
How
this.
did that happen?
I kind of thought you'd be on like 8 by
Well, I would
You
be.
usually have gone through 8 to 12.
Yeah, well, I usually bring in
2
4 at a
hours?
time. I was trying to at least have
feel you.
some type of a clear head for this.
I feel you. That's good. You
Can't
get
sound-
really sympathetic to the Razorbacks when you're overly
Well,
drunk.
you know, I can't, and I also am trying not to curse as much as normal, so I got to be on my A game. You know,
There you go. We appreciate you guys, and I will see you next week.
yes, sir.
Yep.
Don't read the podcast. Or
Don't read the podcast.
Don't read the comments
listen
podcast.
to it.
Don't listen to the
watch it.
podcast.com.
Yeah, don't read the comments pod.
We're gonna have some new stuff coming, man.
Go watch it. Go
we're
listen.
trying to stack up a few before we release any, if that makes sense. So, because my work schedule sucks.
Yep. All right.
Bye.
We out.